Hi, everybody. It's 8/8, August 8th, 2023. Happy Lions Gate if you follow that sort of thing or that particular calendar. I want to make a quick video today for Ohio. All of you in Ohio, we're voting today on issue 1, whether you go yes or you go no. And it's remarkable to see everybody that wanted Biden, everybody that was for transitioning children at a young age in their gender. Anyone that's for the electric cars that are toxic, they sound good, but they're toxic. Anyone that was for the government telling you what you can put in your body and when, the things that they did there and the things that they put here, all that garbage. Those people that were for that are saying no to issue 1. And then the other people who are for Trump and saying, hey, I don't have to wear this if I don't want to. I don't need to take that if I don't want to. My research shows that that's actually harmful. And that is actually the facts and now even the other side admitted it now publicly that those things are causing a lot of heart issues and other things. And this thing was actually causing lung issues, like many of us said. So to make this quick and easy, issue 1, as far as I'm aware, I'm no expert, but this is what I've researched and seen. Issue 1, if you vote no on it, you're saying that it's okay to stay the way it was, where if we have 50% plus 1 vote, just over 50%, and a change to the Constitution can be done. Now, in Ohio here, if you got 3, maybe 4 or 5 cities on board with that, you could change the Constitution any way you want. What this new issue 1 is, that I voted yes on today, is saying, well, we need 60%, not just 50% plus 1, we need 60%. We need the majority. And if one county says, no, that's unacceptable, it doesn't happen. We need to get everybody on board. Now, when I first heard that, I said, that doesn't sound right. One little area can mess it all up. But then I sat back and I realized, well, the people that are trying to make these changes, they want actual men dressed as women in schools talking about pornographic books to children. The far left, I'm saying, not most of you that have voted no on, because I know most of you that voted no on this that I'm friends with, and I love and respect all of you, regardless of how you vote. Most of you would disagree with having men in schools talking about pornographic material. Now, in no way am I saying a man can't do what he wants in terms of his own free will, saying he wants to dress as a woman, or a woman can do that. You have free will, no judgments whatsoever. The only thing I ask is, please don't push that on underage children, or don't push it on anybody, really. And that's the thing. If you push it, you're infringing on free will. Do what you want in the privacy of your own home, and as long as it's consenting adults, that's fine. That's what you guys do. No judgment. But the moment you try to push it on the children at a young age where they don't know better, and then you add things to their food, and all of our food, atrazine has been found in the tap water. Atrazine has been found in foods across the map. Atrazine turns male frogs gay and then messes with their hormones in a certain way to make them more feminine. If you step back a couple layers and you look, if your goal as a corrupt person was to take over this country, what's the first target? The fighting age men, the men who are strong enough to fight you. And I'm not saying women aren't. I know many women who are stronger than most men. That being said, as far back in history as you can go, wars are usually men fighting men, and then the women and children are protected as much as you can. That's how it usually goes. And I'm not saying it has to be that way, but the people who are trying to attack this country, who are attacking this country from within, they're already in our government, they're already in our schools, they're already in everywhere. They want to attack men because they acknowledge the threat. They know that responsible, strong, divine masculine men who are armed, who are trained, and who honor the female and the children around here, that's a threat to these people who want to take over, because they want to mess with the family unit. They want to break the family apart. They would like to literally force people into getting things in their body until they're sick. And these are the same people who sell you the GMO feed. It's poison. It's not food. They're the same people putting the poison in the tap water, spraying the sky, where a lot of people say, you're crazy. They're waking up now, guys. If you look around, it used to be like 1 out of every 10 people knew what was going on up there. And now it's like 6 or 7. So we're becoming the majority. People are waking up. And it's not that hard. Just look up and say, oh, well, you know what? That like 5 planes just went by. All of a sudden, it's not disappearing. It's just turning into a sheen across the sky. That is modification of our weather and our health against our will. That kind of shit is what is gonna saying no to issue 1 right now would allow coming November time, when these deep state people want to really push the radical agendas, and that's what they're trying to allow. So people like myself are saying no. If this state is going to say, yeah, we want to poison our air and our food and our water, it needs to be the vast majority saying it. If this state wants to say, hold on, we see the poison, we're going to go the other way and go back to nature, the way God intended, eating organic, real food and drinking clean water, breathing clean air. I mean, the people on the other side are pushing this too. They're saying we need to go electric, go vegan, go vegetarian, whatever they're pushing. And if you notice, if you go into a more leftist, democratic area, you got healthier food. I eat predominantly in those areas because they have better organic, real food. It's like you guys see half the picture, but you don't see who's doing it. You don't realize it's the people that are telling you to vote for them. They're the ones doing the poison. So you need to step back and stop blaming everybody else and look and say, okay, who's really responsible for this? Well, it's the policy enforcers, not the enforcers, the policy creators. Excuse me. Policy enforcers are the police. And all you policy enforcers out there, time to wake up. Because, the Nazis claimed they were just following orders, and it didn't work out for them. So time to wake up. Because if you're enforcing these totalitarian agendas, karma's going to take care of that peacefully. Whatever happens. It can be, you guys lose your job, you guys maybe go to jail, who knows? But if you're enforcing these corrupt agendas, right now you may seem like, oh yeah, we got a little wiggle room, people are on our side. No, they're not. The people who are aware of this and adamantly opposed to it, people who care for their children, their families, their businesses, we've just been busy working. We haven't really taken to the streets peacefully and protested. You don't see us at polling stations really, because we're busy paying our bills. We're busy working our asses off, running our family businesses. But you guys are pushing the bear a little too hard now. You're poking it too much. And that's when we wake up. And can you imagine all the contractors in Ohio peacefully protesting? You guys, these little protests you've seen are nothing. And again, you'll see a big difference too, because the protests that you see right now, especially in 2020, they were violent. They were the angry mobs. The opposite, the people who are saying, hey, we want peace, we want love, we want health. When we protest, we just shut the streets down and overwhelm with numbers, peacefully, with love. That happened in Canada. It happened all over the world. It's happening right now. So that's why I voted yes on number 1, because I think the deep state, the corrupt people who want to harm our children and our families and our businesses and our livelihood and our free will, they want the easy way to change the Constitution. That's why they want to keep it 50% plus 1. And all the people I've talked to who are who are against that amendment, the issue 1, they were against it. They said, no, you got to vote no. We can't have that. All of those people that I've talked to, at least as far as I'm aware of, they're the peaceful, kind-hearted, good-loving people. They've just been brainwashed. They've been lied to. And if you step back for a minute, you'll see we're all lied to and brainwashed to a point. But that side's a little too far. They're literally taking their things, they're getting sick, and they're wondering why. And then for a while there, they literally said, hey, this didn't work because you didn't get one. There's something going on there. I love you guys to death. I really do. I love you to life. I love you to life. But if you don't see it, I don't know what's going to make you see it, to be honest with you yet. If you can't see it right now, what they're doing to these kids, when somebody's actually talking about killing a child right up to when it's about to be born into the world. They're talking about, literally, they call it abortion to give it a bullshit name. It's killing a child. It's a sacrifice. There's no other way around it. This was in the Bible. This was in all the ancient history books. This was all in the religious books. And again, I'm not all about religions because most of them are manipulated, but they all have bits of truth in there. And if you think it's okay to kill a child for any reason, especially right before they're born, I disagree with you. Now, I will say this. It is the woman's choice. Woman, not a man acting like a female or a birthing person or whatever bullshit term they want to come up with. It is a woman, a divine feminine's right to decide whether she wants to have that baby or not. And that's got to be the most difficult decision they could ever make, I would imagine. But sometimes nowadays they're making it like going to get an oil change. Oh, it's simple, just go get it done, you're in and out, no big deal. No, this is a huge deal. And I for one say have the access to it if a woman needs to, for the very small amount of people that may need to. But we need to do is what we really need to do is boost the economy, raise awareness in the poisons in our environment, remove the poisons from our environment, remove the toxic parasites who are feeding on our society. They're taking millions of dollars and they're funneling it out overseas to Ukraine or wherever. If you take all that, clear all that shit up, most of us have enough money to help any woman around that is freaking out about having a child, that she can't afford it. And you'd see that abortion rate or that child sacrifice rate drop damn near zero, because we're a community. We help each other out. So it's all about accountability. And that other side is about taking away accountability. And it's unacceptable in my book. So I voted yes on issue 1. I love all of you. Please be well. If you voted against it, no, I still love you. But I disagree with you, respectfully. Be well.